Welcome to Season 7 of Situations, the podcast, where real people talk about real life situations. This season, we're turning up the heat with deeper conversations, raw truths, and the kind of topics everyone's thinking, but nobody's saying.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Kelvin, your host of Situations, the podcast.
And I'm your co-host, Miss Tiana.
How everybody doing out there today? Deanna, how you feel today?
I'm feeling great. What about you?
I'm doing pretty good, pretty good. You ready for the
Okay.
Super Bowl?
Yep.
All right. Who you got winning today? New England Patriots or the Seattle Seahawks?
I don't know. I might have to go with the Patriots.
I think the Patriots are gonna win too.
Yeah.
I believe that. Okay. Well, just for you to know, and everybody else that's gonna be tuned in, know that today is our final episode of season 7. And once again, I want to give a lot of credit to our viewership and everybody that's subscribed to our podcast. I just want to say thank you guys for always, once again, rocking with us from week to week.
Right. Thank y'all.
Okay. So what we're going to be talking about today, Theana, we're going to be talking about confidence. Is it just a delusion that worked? Okay.
Ooh-wee. Yeah.
Well, I mean, right. I mean, it could be an unpopular opinion, but my thing is this. Confidence isn't earned. It's just a delusion that worked. And if this makes anybody on this that's tuned in uncomfortable, then we might be talking about you. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So I'm gonna start it off like this. When I said confidence is a delusion that just worked, what do you think I meant when I said that? What's your take on that?
I think for people that are naturally confident, I don't think it's delusion. I think it's just being sure of yourself. But false confidence, yeah.
Yeah.
People putting out a certain image, they going out portraying themselves to be a certain way. They're putting out their representative, and somebody bought into it.
Right. Absolutely. Because I want to say that my thing is confidence is choosing to believe in yourself
Right.
before there's any evidence.
Right.
Okay, if that makes sense. So that's why I say sometimes confidence can be just a delusion, because who have you proven that to? For you to have this much confidence, who have granted you this confidence? Or is it just a delusion that, like I said, a delusion that worked?
But do it have to be proven to anybody? So,
Well, it all depends on how you look at it, because confidence is just a morale booster, right? That's
right.
installed within self.
Mm-hmm.
So basically what I'm trying to say is, you can have all the confidence in the world,
Right.
right? But don't nobody believe that but you.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't nobody believe that but you, because it hasn't been proven to anyone that
Right.
you should have this much confidence. It hasn't been proven to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I asked, is it just a delusion at work? You with me?
Okay. I'm with you, but I'm like on the fence because I'm like, if I wake up today, or like when I want to start doing makeup or even singing or whatever, didn't nobody hear me sing, but I had a confidence that it was gonna work. And
Right.
then when people heard me sing, they actually said I could. But for
Okay.
people
But
just
that's
being
that's the
confident and
go ahead, I'm sorry.
they don't have no type of gift or talent or expertise that goes along with that, that's a delusion right there.
That's what I speak of. That's
Okay.
that's exactly what I speak of.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, it's okay to have confidence
Right.
and you prove that your confidence really worked for you because you
Right.
can sing, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
But if I keep saying, "Oh, I'm a great singer. I'm a great singer," I'm
Mm-hmm.
speaking with all the confidence in the world, but you never
Right.
heard me
And you
sing it.
get up.
That's a delusion,
Exactly.
right? That's why I'm going with that,
I get what you're talking about. Not the people that can actually show and prove. The
right?
people that lack and they still up there like,
Absolutely.
I'm everything, I'm all
Got
apple pie.
got all the confidence in the world. You know
Exactly.
your confidence is through the roof, but you haven't proven anything to anyone.
Right.
These are the people that I speak of. Okay.
Okay.
So with
Hmm.
that being said, do you think confidence is real or fake?
I think it varies.
Okay.
Cause in my regard, and I don't have to have, any studio. I don't need auto tune. I don't need anything. I could just stand here right in front of your face and prove that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But for a person who can't, that's why I'm like, I just think it varies.
Well, I think it starts out fake
Yeah.
until the results catch up.
Okay.
Now I'm not speaking this on your behalf. I know where your confidence lies because I know you can actually sing.
Hmm.
But for someone like me, shit, I can blow, Theon. I can blow. Knowing damn
Hmm.
well I can't sing.
And it's
But
like, okay, well, let's see. That's what I'm
right.
saying. So,
And if I can't provide that or can't prove that I can actually
right,
sing, it's a delusion.
right.
That's all. That's all it is. So why do you think confident people succeed more than smarter people?
Because they're willing to take the risk. It's not logical for them. It's like, I believe it, so then I could do it.
Okay.
And they will actually go out and put forth the effort. The smarter person, they gonna sit down and come up with a plan. But if their plan don't make any sense, they might not do it.
Right. Right. You're
So they
absolutely
don't they
right.
don't even get they don't even get the opportunity. The
Right.
person that's confident may be less skillful, but if it's 100 shots to be taken out there, they're gonna try to show up for all 100 shots.
Right. I agree with that because I think just to piggyback off what you said, I believe confident people put on an act.
Hmm.
Smarter people overthink the situation. You
Right.
know, so I agree. I agree with that. Um, but do you think is confidence more important than talent?
I mean, well, today you can sell anything because I mean, we got a whole industry full of people. They got the confidence and they lack the damn talent, so they going in there putting on auto tune and using AI and everything else. Manipulating the microphone when they get up there and sing to make it come across something. Till, like I said, if you have a technical difficulty and everything shuts down, a real singer or rapper still gonna be up there to get up there, give me a hand clap for y'all, come on, and they still gonna be able to do the job. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So,
Right. Right. I agree with you. I agree with that. Because one thing I do notice that confidence gets you noticed, and talent,
right,
your real talent gets you respect down the line.
right,
So I do,
absolutely,
I do, I can vouch for that.
yeah.
But why are people confident? Why are confident people so attractive?
Because it's a lot of people out here that's not confident. They not risk takers. So for the person that is, it's like, oh my God, the admiration is there, the attraction is there. It's like, he really him, she really her. But that don't mean they really are, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like dopamine, you know what I'm saying? You want more of it. You know, it could be entertaining, it could be whatever, thrill or emotion each person that come in contact with them get out of it.
Right. But do you think this is true for both men and women?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, that's just like the man. He could be very confident that he can conquer any woman that crosses his path. And then he
Right.
cross someone and be like, no, sir, no, thank you.
Right.
But then, it's going to be depicted as something wrong with her, because she rejected him. But he was so confident that he can conquer any woman that cross his path.
Right. But why do you think insecurities ruin attraction so fast?
Because you got to have self esteem. That's why it's called self. And, you know, just even with confidence, like we're speaking on too, if you're not confident in yourself, then nobody else can put that in you. People can encourage you, they can pour into you, but it still ends with you saying, I believe I am who I am. I'm going to work on these certain things. Or even though this task was, a bit challenging for me, or this is my first time doing it, I know that if I put forth the effort or I keep at it, I'll be great. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, but if you showing up and you already, I can't do this and that, like, so no, that's not attractive for nobody, and don't nobody want to hear that. Next.
Right. Absolutely. Right. Because I do know for certain, uh, doubt makes people feel unstable, and
Yeah.
instability kills the desire.
Right.
So you are 100% correct with your answer with that. I agree with that 100%. Okay, well, with that being said, do you think ignorance is just confidence gone wrong?
You said ignorance.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
Well,
I
well, let me
don't know.
let me well let me flip it then. I'm gonna flip it. Do you think arrogance is
Yeah.
just confidence gone wrong?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because ignorance means you just don't know something. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody sit down and explain it to you, or you get more knowledge of it, now you become, so that's the whole thing. Like, I could say, you could be sitting down talking to me about baseball or accounting or something like that. And I'm like, I'm good with numbers, but not good as an accountant. So I'm not that confident about that subject. But if you sit down and you show me what I need to do, it's like now I'm confident about it because now I understand it. So
Right.
ignorance is just a lack of knowledge. Arrogance, you just an asshole.
Well, I mean, I think they it almost to me. I think it almost fall in line with one of the same. You know, that's
No,
just my
because
personal opinion.
with the arrogant person could have the knowledge and still think they're better than everybody in the room, and they actually not. They could
But
know how
that's
to, like, I don't know.
but
You see what
but
I'm saying?
that's
I don't know
ignorant.
how to read music.
That's ignorance though. When you that arrogant to what can nobody tell you shit, and
Yeah,
you feel you know it all,
yeah,
that's ignorant. Because the first thing, if I see a person like that, I'm like, look at this silly muff. Look at this ignorant muff. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? It's one of the same to me.
I
I
can I
mean,
can see that.
you know what I'm saying? I think
Yeah,
it's
but
one of the
I
same.
was just going from the standpoint of, that's what I'm saying. If me and another girl walk into the room and, like, she's saying she's the best singer and stuff like that, and they ask me and I'm like, yeah, I can sing very well. I'm confident of myself, I'm sure, but I'm not being arrogant about it, and I'm not putting nobody else down. So I let people do whatever they want to do. Then when it's my turn, I get up there and I'll let the work speak for itself.
Right, right,
So you see what I'm saying? It's
right,
just, or I could go into the room and saying, it was just an opportunity. I don't really know what it is. I don't really have all the information, but I'm just here. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I think arrogance is a little more like they could have all the information, but they still lack something. A person could just honestly not know something.
right. Okay. I can agree with that too. I can agree with that. But let me ask this then.
Okay.
Why do you think so many insecure people dislike confident people?
Because they don't have the courage to be confident. It's a trigger for them. And until they work on it, they're always going to be bothered by it.
Right.
Because, I mean, even if I come in contact with an arrogant person or a person that presumes to be more confident, and I'm just sitting back being subtle, don't mean I lack confidence, but I'm just cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Okay.
going to let you do whatever you want to do. I don't have to have no screaming match with you. I don't have to go back and forth. Just let the work speak for itself.
Right. Well, I do know that sometimes in certain situations, confidence exposes the hesitation, and people hate to be reminded of what they didn't do.
Hmm.
So I do know for a fact that um, I believe that that's why people dislike people that have so much confidence.
Mm.
I mean, if that makes sense.
You saying because of the hesitation?
No, because people hate to be reminded of what they didn't do.
Oh yeah,
You know, so that's why I think confidence exposes the hesitation. So,
right.
and in other words, that um, people dislike confident people. Well, I ain't gonna say people. I'm gonna say insecure people.
Right.
Uh,
That's why I said because they're triggered. They're triggered because they didn't do something.
okay.
You
All
can't
right.
you can't dislike them because they chose to take a shot. They might not get it, even though they're being confident about it, but at least they tried.
Right. But let me say this.
Hmm.
Since you said that, can confidence be learned?
Yeah, it
Okay.
can.
All right.
Because that's what I'm saying. So just going back to the singing reference, you can walk in there and you could have a natural ability to sing, but it's not great. You know what I'm saying? Because it's technical. You got to learn certain things. You got to learn how to control your breathing, different notes, melodies, all that stuff. Whatever. Learn your pockets. Get comfortable with your voice and what your range is and what you can do without straining or damaging your vocal cords. Not being in cold weather. There's just a lot of things that you got to learn about it.
Right. Right.
But you get somebody that's just all over the place. They can sing, they could do all this and that, but then they get up in they get an opportunity, or they both in the studio and they trying to tell the vocal producer or the producer in there, the engineer, well, I know how to do this, I know how to do that, and they not even just being still or quiet to take any type of direction or instruction for what the people might want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When it's your own session, you can do that. But if you're doing a job for somebody, you have to see what they want and then execute it how they want you to. You see what
Okay.
I'm saying? For a specific
Absolutely.
thing or what they're looking for. So the other person may not be a better singer, but if they're coachable and they can listen and everything like that, and they probably didn't think that they would get it over the other person, but because they had more patience, they took direction very well and they was able to follow through. By the end of that session, they're more confident. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And they learned some new things or whatever. And the arrogant confidence or whatever, the loud confidence or whatever, they got kicked out.
Yeah.
Prime example, look at the movie. What was that? The Five Heartbeats
Right.
or the Temptations with Dave Ruffin. So it's like he was
Perfect
very
example.
confident and he was the lead singer or whatever, but he got kicked out.
Because he was too arrogant.
Exactly.
Right. Absolutely. That's a perfect analogy.
You bigger than the program and you
Right.
not.
Or you trying to be bigger than a group.
Exactly.
Like he said, nobody's bigger than a group.
Exactly.
Right. So that's a perfect analogy. Yep. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think is the biggest lie about confidence?
That they actually could be insecure as well. That's why they presume, that's why they present themselves that way.
Okay.
if they lead with the confidence, you may miss, the insecurity.
Okay. I can see that. I will say the biggest lie about confidence that is how would I answer that? I would have to say that you would need to be ready first. But in certain situations that ready never comes.
Right.
You know. Um so let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this.
Hmm. Okay.
So do you think self confidence is just a delusion? And I know we kind of touched on that at the beginning. But I want to reiterate that. I want you to reiterate that for me.
I think it possibly can be.
All right. Okay.
So I'm like, if I wanted to be this amazing makeup artist, and then at first I thought I wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? There's still more stuff I need to learn. The only time certain things you got to learn by doing them. Like you said, you're never gonna be completely ready for it.
Yeah,
You
that
have to
trial and
do it,
error.
and you just keep taking the steps along the way.
Right.
Cause I was watching YouTube and I was doing this pink eyeshadow look, and I messed up or whatever. And it's like for me, like I just like doing things at a very high level, and I'm like, usually when I try something one or two times, I got it. You know what I'm saying? And it was like I had to trust the process of it. I was applying it. I'm doing stop and go, doing every little step, whatever. And I looked in the mirror. I'm like, man, hell no, this ain't coming out right. And then I laughed. I'm like, girl, nobody's watching you. Nobody sees it. If you mess up, get a wipe and wipe it off and start over. And I just laugh so hard. But it just be like it be the pressure that the world and society puts on you that like even in your creative and learning stages, it's like there is the pressure to be really confident in order to just be great straight out the gate. You were doing something, you know what I'm saying? But you
Right.
have to give yourself mercy and grace, and you have to keep it practical, and you have to have fun with it and remember why you're doing it and laugh and enjoy the process along the way.
Right. Right. You're absolutely right. And that kind of ties into my profession as well.
Hmm.
And I think I've probably told you this once before. Um, a person wanted some photos edit,
Hmm.
and I told them what the rate was for edit photos, and
Yeah.
they like, well, it only take this amount of time. You be done in 15, 20 minutes. Well, 20, 30 minutes, you'll be done. So why am I paying this amount for something that's going to take you 30 some minutes to do?
Who made you the expert, first off?
Well, not only that,
Yeah.
it didn't take me 30 minutes to do it. It
Hmm.
took me 45 years to be
Right.
able to do it in 30 minutes.
Exactly.
That's the part people don't see.
Exactly.
They don't see the grind that it took and I had to put in to be able to do
Right.
it in 30 minutes. It took me 45
Right.
years to be able to
Right.
do it in 30 plus minutes. And that's
Right.
what people don't understand. So there's nothing wrong with trial and error. I don't see nothing wrong
Right.
with that. You keep doing it till you get it right, until your eyes say that's it. Then
Exactly.
you keep putting forth the effort. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's just like when I go sing at a funeral, somebody will call me, and then if it's a song that I don't know, so now I gotta take time out to learn the song
Right,
and practice it. I'm never getting up there off the fly and don't know something and be looking crazy. And then you're paying me to complete a service, so I want to do it to the best of my ability.
right,
I have to do my hair, makeup, pick up the right outfit. I ain't showing up in a jogging suit to sing at no funeral or no jeans.
right.
So I have to look presentable and I have to drive there and back. So all of that goes into that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, gonna flip it a little bit here.
Hmm.
Why do you think confidence matters so much in dating?
Because I don't think anybody want an insecure person, because it puts a damper on a relationship, and now it's like the other person feel like they gotta build you up instead of just pouring into you, or you may have to diminish yourself because they're insecure. It just creates an issue.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say because I think me personally, I think attraction responds to belief and not just a
Okay,
resume.
I can agree with that.
Okay. That's why confidence matters in a relationship because you have
Yeah.
to show up. You have to
Right.
everything that you say you about, you have to
Right.
provide that.
Right.
All right, stay tuned. Hold on.
Hey, loves, you're tuned in to Situations, the podcast, where real people talk real situations. Subscribe, it helps the channel grow and keeps the conversations hot.
All right. Let me ask you this.
Hmm.
Do you think confident people fail less?
Do I think they fail less?
Mm-hmm.
No, I actually think they fail more
Okay.
because they take more risk, but they learn quicker. So the bounce back is quicker, and they're able to get the opportunity because they learned the lesson before you did.
Right. Okay. Okay. I'm with that. But with that being said, then let me ask this: why do you think
Hmm.
people confuse humility with insecurity?
I don't know why they would confuse those, because they're two totally different things. Humility is just, you're not being arrogant, you're not being loud, you know, you can be respectful. Insecure is just you don't even have the confidence to respect yourself, the next person, be present, show up, or anything like that. There is two totally different things.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say because insecurity hides behind politeness, and that's called humility. That's my take on it.
I don't think that's humility. I think that's
What would you call it then? Think about it.
I think that's manipulation. I don't think that's humility.
So when you say manipulation, I mean, explain that. Explain that. Because
I'm I'm
when
in a
you
I'm in a
insecure,
relationship with you. I'm in a relationship with you. I'm insecure about showing up, being present, and being who I am. So every time you ask me something, you want me to show up and be present and be that woman. But I'm like, babe, whatever you want to do. And so you take that as humility.
no. So you're at what you're saying. The way you just worded it, you're hiding behind politeness, opposed
Right.
to you
But
being
to me, that's not humility. That's manipulation, because you just don't want to show up at all. Being Humility is, I could be this amazing woman or whatever and still say, uh, babe, how can I be of service to you? That what do you need, anything, whatever. It's not dimming my light. I'm not insecure about anything. I'm just showing up for you. I'm still who I am.
okay.
The humility don't want the response. The insecurity, the person don't want the responsibility of growing. Me showing up for you and being there for you is not gonna take nothing away from my confidence. I could sit down and wash your feet, rub your feet, help you run your business, all that stuff, whatever, and I'm still gonna stand in the light of who I am.
Okay.
That's humility right there. Insecurity is like you're not even trying to learn nothing. You're not trying to be better or whatever. But so you hide behind being good or whatever, and people are mistaking that for humility, but that's really manipulation because you're never showing up anyway. You're gonna be stuck right there.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Do you think
Hmm.
overconfidence is dangerous?
I do,
Okay.
because there's no humility there.
Okay. And I
It's
just
like
wanted to see what
you
you were gonna say. That's why I flipped it that way.
yeah,
I just wanted to see how you
absolutely.
was going how you was gonna react to that. And
Yeah,
I agree with you. I agree with you. I think it is dangerous, especially when it replaces the effort.
right.
If it replaces the effort, because confidence without action is going to eventually collapse.
You see what I'm saying? So here's a prime example of that off of what I just said. Uh, Me being confident and practicing humility. Hey, babe, I got off work early today or whatever, so I'm here. Do you need me to do anything for you? Oh yeah, can you help me with business or whatever? Okay, what do you need me to do? Can you show me so I know how to do it properly? Or if I done did it already, oh babe, I got up early or whatever, so I'm here to help you. What do you need me to do? Overly confident. So you mean to tell me you know how to do this and it still ain't done yet?
Right,
Where's this big boss man that I got with or whatever? Why is this not taken care of?
right, right, right. Okay,
Dang, you need my help with this? Oh, I don't do those things. You see what I'm saying? That's
right,
overly confident.
right. I can see it. So let me say this then.
Hmm.
Why do you think confident people get the more? Well, let me rephrase this. Why do you think confident people get more opportunities?
Because they show up and they leave with the illusion or delusion, like as you said, that they're capable of doing what it is. But then that's just like the pretty lady that walks up in there with the suit on. Her shoulders is,
Right.
posture, everything is correct or whatever. She got a briefcase and everything like that. And she get in there and they asking her about Excel and different softwares or whatever, and she don't know a damn thing. But she's overly confident and she look good and she'll fit right in, but she don't know how to do the job.
Right.
And then you get the modest woman that's walking in with her slacks on. She may not look, so well put together as the other lady or whatever. But baby, she can run your whole business and now you can go home and spend time with your family.
Right. So why do you think? Um, Let me say this. What do you think kills confidence fast?
Listening to other people.
Okay.
If the message is wrong. If it's something that you can use and it's for your good, then I would say take it. But so I guess it would be just not being insecure and not being sure of yourself. Even
Okay.
if you, like for me, like we was talking earlier, even if I haven't even stepping into a situation, whatever, but I'm listening to everything and I'm like, nah, that's not something I want to do. I was confident with my answer and I stood on that. But then when the results came back, I turned out to be right. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's
Absolutely.
like,
Absolutely.
it's like I didn't do it, you know what I'm saying? But I was confident in what I stood on.
Right. You're
So I
absolutely
can
right.
be I can be okay with that no matter how the outcome is because it was what I believed in. That's why I was like, I don't think it comes from the belief of nobody else. It's what you believe in. And when you believe that, people will look at you and be like, you know what? She was confident about that, and I respect her for that. You see what I'm saying? Now,
Right.
if you got five people coming up, you saying you want me to do this, another person saying me, and I'm saying, okay, well, and then I tell the other person, well, you might be right. Then another person, a third person come up, you know what? You got a point that isn't it? I'm all over the place. I ain't confident about nothing. I'm just going with any way the wind blow.
Right. And it's funny you said that. It's funny you said that because that kind of leads into my next question that I had. So
Hmm.
why do you think people with less skills get ahead.
Because they don't master the skill. They master the skill of manipulation and the
Manipulation.
gift of gab.
Yep.
What are you talking about?
Absolutely. They know how to work that mouthpiece.
Exactly.
That's all that is.
Right.
Um, do you think confidence is do you think confidence is really just momentum?
I just think it's a part of your self-esteem. I don't think it's momentum. I think you actually have to put the work in. You can't skip the steps because even with both of us, me being a model and you being a photographer, you could be like, "Oh, Deanna, you're so beautiful. Oh my God, this I got this perfect dress for you. This and we put it on and fit perfect and this and that, whatever." And guess what? If I don't exude confidence from within and have self-esteem and I'm insecure, I'm still gonna get in front of that camera and it's gonna flop. It's not gonna be brought to life.
Right.
So other people can say you're beautiful, you this and that, and we finna kill this shoot. If I don't come in with the confidence feeling that we not gonna kill a shoot, it don't matter
Right.
how much you coach me, what pose you put me in or whatever. I still have to liven up the shoot with from the inner, my spirit, like whatever I'm pouring out. You know what I'm saying, to make it look and feel captivating.
Absolutely. And I just want to piggyback off of that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I really think a lot of these up and coming models and um the girls that's getting their feet wet into the modeling
Mm-hmm.
industry, I think that's
Mm-hmm.
that's one thing they need to practice on, because
Okay.
I see a lot of that. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I mean, I know I might be getting off topic a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
as a photographer, what I truly hate to see is like when you got that model that's freshly newly in the industry,
Right.
and she's trying to put the work in, but she's
Right.
not putting the work in the proper way.
Right.
And when you're not putting the work in the proper way, like you said, the results are always going to fail.
Right.
The results are always going to fail. It's never going to be what you want it to be, because if you're not coming with high energy, and you're not coming with that spirit, and you
Right.
don't have that ambition, then
Right.
it's going to reflect in the work.
Right. So the
You
whole
know,
thing, you could be nervous and insecure about like this is my first shoot. I don't really know nothing, but just say that and be honest with that. And so then when the photographer said it's gonna be fine, I'll coach you through it and everything like that. Just listen and take, heed to the pointers that I'm
take the
giving you
direction, right?
and follow through fully on if I tell you to pose, don't halfway do it. Put all of your energy into following through on that pose. Then by the end of that shoot, she is gonna be confident.
Right.
So
She
she
gonna have
went in because
confidence.
she was ignorant
Absolutely.
to something because she never experienced it before, but because she showed up, and it was like the fact that you showed up is like, you know what I'm saying, there's some security there because it's something that you wanted to do. So the fact that you showed up and you actually take the effort to take the instructions or whatever, you can't do anything but be better after that.
Absolutely. Because like I said, the more you do something, the better you're gonna get at it.
Right.
Practice make perfect. You
Right.
know, the more you do it, the better you're gonna get. And
Right.
it's simple. Because um I see a lot of models also that does this. They take the best selfies I've ever seen in the world.
Hmm.
They selfie queens. Pictures be
Yeah.
fire. Pictures be dope.
Mhm.
You take that damn phone out their hand and tell them to get in front of the camera.
Yeah.
It's like they like a deer in headlights.
Hmm.
They stuck.
Or they just one dimensional. You know what I'm saying? They only can shoot, the Instagram baddie look or nudity or something like that. But when you put them in a suit, they still don't have that same sexiness or this and that. Baby, you put a suit, a flow length gown, a whole overcoat or whatever, you still supposed to be able to sell it, no matter
Right.
what it is.
Absolutely.
Because I've seen some women look amazing in suits, you know what I'm saying? But you just got to get the right suit that's tailored for you. You just don't go get anything and put it on. So
Right.
when you start structuring your life and your decisions tailored to you and not the massive, the masses, then guess what? That's how you be confident in yourself. Stop trying to do everybody else and be authentically you, and grow yourself. Work on you. That's the
Right.
biggest project of your life. No matter what project you're gonna be a part of, no matter how many people are in different industries, or whatever that you come across, you have to be authentically you. You know what I'm saying? Now you may have to make some adjustments or, wear certain attire or, present yourself in a different manner, but always stand on the principle of being authentic, leading with integrity, learning as much as you can, and just following through and showing up, with professionalism. Carry that everywhere you go.
Right. Absolutely. But let me ask you this:
Hmm.
why don't people stay insecure when they're actually really capable?
Because they just haven't put enough work in. They just haven't put enough work in. Because when even like with me going back to the makeup, whatever, and I'm looking at the people online, but then I'm like, all the women that I'm coming in contact with, they was like, no, we actually like yours because it look more natural. We don't even want that. So I'm looking at what somebody else is doing. Although I have been watering my own grass, but I'm still thinking I'm not good enough. But the people actually like what I do. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's some people out there that like what they do too. So the market is never oversaturated. Like I said, just be true to who you are and what you pouring into you to get the outcome that you want.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
it's gonna be somebody that show up for that.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. Because everybody is not going. Everybody provides the same service,
Right.
but everybody's not going to provide the same outcome.
Exactly. So guess what? You being in your authentic self and your fingerprint is what's gonna set you apart from what they're doing. And you don't have to take nothing away from nobody else. It could be 10 great makeup artists, 10 great photographers in a room, but your signature, your imprint, your embody,
Right.
like what your spirit exudes or whatever, that's what's going to set you apart. And just putting in the work, so the work ethic, you know what I'm saying, just gonna actually set you apart in the high energy that you bring and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? So all of that, and just being, kind and courteous, to
Right.
the
Right.
people that you are servicing. Like, yeah, you're getting paid for something, but you're providing a service. So don't ever go in, being an arrogant, overly confident asshole. No, it's still, how can I be of service for you today? Is it something in specific that you want? How does this look? Do you have any input? You got a mood board, you know what I'm saying? You got a vision board. What exactly are you looking for? I'm just here to help you materialize your vision.
Right.
That's how
Right.
you got to talk to them. Not, girl, come on, come on in here so I can get you together. I know exactly what I want to do for you. No, that's overly confident. It's like, no, let them tell you.
Right.
If they say, I trust you, just do, I'll give you free range or whatever, then go ahead. But don't ever leave with that.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. You got to provide a service. You got to, especially if a client tells you this is what they want. They
Right.
can't come in. They can't come in and they tell you what they want and you give them what you want to see. It doesn't work that way.
You know how many times I would, and I didn't go to hair school or anything like that, but FYI, if y'all go to my page, every picture you see, I did my own hair, makeup, style, and everything. And I would always be going to these hair salons and even doing a lot of modeling campaigns and shoots and, boutiques and everything like that. These people would do my makeup. I had called my mom when she was still living. She was like, girl, you look dead. Came home one time. This lady had did my hair. I don't like all them swoopty doops, all that all over my face or whatever, because I want you to see my natural face. You know what I'm saying? And my grandma was like, girl, you look like you got a bird nest on your head. You know what I'm saying? Them people had me popped. You hear me? had me so up. And
Honey, your ass is crazy.
but I'm telling the truth, and I was just so tired of having those experiences. I'm like, you know what? You know how to do all this stuff. Just do it, damn it. And so when I started doing it, and people see my pictures and everything like that, and when I started doing it on other people, they enjoyed it as well. And people's like, oh my god, I even had people crying. After I did their hair, they make what it was like, oh, you make me feel so glamorous. And so it just increased my confidence in the skill set that I had, because I know I do it really well for me. But then when you get that compliment from somebody you provided a service for, it's just a pat on the back, what I'm saying, that you're doing a great job. It don't mean take it to your head, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Well, I think that's a wrap. We I think I want to say this. Let me say this first. Once again, I want to say thank you guys for taking your time out of your day every week to come share with us. Today was the last episode of last episode of season 7 of Situation the Podcast. Now we won't be on next week because somebody has a birthday, right?
Hello.
But we usually take that following week off anyway. So,
Right.
but once again, we won't be on next Sunday, but we'll be on the following Sunday after that. What's the Sunday after what date is that, Deanna? The Sunday after the 14th. I'm sorry. That's hold on, I'll tell you in 1 second.
Is it 21st?
Wait, the 14th is Saturday, right?
Saturday. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll be back on
The
the
22nd.
22nd.
That's Kira's birthday.
Wait. Hold on. Today is what? The 8th? Today is the 8th.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 22nd. That's what it is. The 22nd. So
Yeah.
we'll be back for beginning of season 8 on the 22nd. And once again, Deanna's birthday is February 14th. Happy birthday.
Yes.
Happy early birthday,
I am
Deanna.
a love child.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Well, let me ask this. What was your final take on what did you take away from what we talked about today?
It's okay to be confident, and it's okay to show up, being your best self and everything like that. But just be mindful, you know what I'm saying? Don't be overly arrogant in any situation, you know what I'm saying? Because it's all a blessing.
Right.
Confidence can get you in the door, but humility, being a team player, being professional, doing amazing acts of service, and actually having, the skill set, or even just the respect to want to be able to be coachable and teachable and learn something. Those are more important
Right. Okay.
to keep, getting opportunities. I just say carry all of those, but you're just not being overly confident.
Right. And I want to add something to that as well. I want to say that confidence isn't something that you earn. It's something that you decide, and then you defend that with action.
Right.
So just don't say you this confidence, you that confidence, but you're not putting no action to it. Okay.
Right.
So anything that you do in life, be confident about what it is that you're trying to do and succeed at it. Okay.
Right.
All right, Deanna, that's gonna wrap it up for season 7 for us.
Ooh, child, 'cause baby,
Right, season 7.
when I when I say the TDs were taking over, the technical difficulties,
I know,
woo,
right?
child.
Yeah, I'm so glad we got that.
I
We
was
got that
getting frustrated. I'm
rectified.
like, what the hell? Who's trying to sabotage? Come on now.
Well, you know what?
But we made it through. That's life. It's like mountains,
Absolutely,
peaks
it
and
definitely
valleys.
is. Because sometimes, roadblocks are thrown in front of you for a reason.
Absolutely.
And I think those roadblocks are thrown in front of you to see if you're gonna quit
Yep.
or if you're gonna maneuver your way through them.
Yep. And still perform under pressure.
Right. And one thing about me, I've never been a quitter. I've always performed under pressure.
Baby.
Right. I've
Pressure
always
make
performed under
diamonds. You
pressure.
see it on you. We shining bright over here.
All right.
You hear me?
So there you have it, guys. Once again, I appreciate you guys tuning in with us for another episode, our final episode of season 7. Once again, we will be back on air with a new season starting February the 22nd. If there's anything you guys would like for us to talk about or discuss, or if you even want to be a guest on the show, reach out to us and let us know, and we definitely would make that happen. Deanna, anything else you want to close out with?
I just want to say thank y'all for staying loyal, staying tuned in, because you can do anything else with your time. I would say
Absolutely.
just, you know, keep showing up for yourselves, keep loving yourselves, be confident, but actually lock in on the things that you want to do. Like Kelvin said, and make sure you got that action, to back up, what you're confident about. And,
Absolutely.
just have some humility and respect too for other people as well. It's
Right.
it's room enough for all of us at the top. We all great.
Absolutely.
That's it.
And once again, I want to give it up. I want to give it up for us, all our subscribers and everybody that tunes in weekly. This is for you guys, and we do this every week for you. Okay, you guys give us the inspiration to get up every week and talk about different topics and different subjects. And one thing about what it is that we do, we're gonna always keep it real. We're gonna keep it raw, and it's definitely gonna be authentic. Okay. Well,
Absolutely.
that's gonna conclude our show for today, guys. Once again, we'll see you guys February the 22nd at 12 o'clock. Until then, I'll see you later. Peace.